Welcome to the BirdHouse Sports Show. As always, this is Son.
And this is Pops. We've been hiatus for a minute, but we
Yeah,
back to show you and tell you about the latest things and the latest things going on between the Eagles and the Ravens and sports contents in general.
absolutely, absolutely. Hey, we never left. We always been here. We just took a little hiatus, but we're back. And honestly, we got a lot to talk about. The main things, like Pop said, we're going to talk about the Ravens. We'll talk about the Eagles. And then, of course, we got this NFL draft coming up in a couple of weeks. We're going to get to that as well. But let's go ahead and get things started. You know what I mean? We got to go ahead and talk about one of the birds in here. Let's talk about these Ravens. Um,
Yes,
what's
sir.
going
Yes,
on with
sir.
your
Yes,
team? It
sir.
looks like y'all got like a new head coach, and it's
Yes, we, we have a new head coach, uh, um, Jesse Minter, and he's doing big things. Even surprisingly, y'all Ravens, Lamar went to a non-volunteer workout. He just showed up, and that's something he didn't do with Harbaugh. Right out the gate, that shows you it was some tension there a long time ago. Not to bring up no old spirits, but that shows you the conflict that was going on through the years of really not being together, but putting it on because they both was professionals. But I think when Harbaugh said that thing when he joined the Giants, uh, kudos to him. But when he joined the Giants, he said, "Now I get a quarterback that really want to play." In that reference, if I'm wrong, check it. But Lamar must have took that serious. There's a new era in town, and with the team, and they want to go from there. Lamar is putting in work. Zay Flowers, Hamilton, and all the new additives to the team. So we gonna look bright, strong, and our running game is going to look strong. And we still got to add some pieces. We got a major lineman coming in that we got in mock draft. We got some pieces, some veterans we're going to pick up. So we got a lot of things that's going on with the team. And we might come out with new uniforms this year. Not uniforms don't make a Super Bowl, but everything's upgrading with the Ravens. Everything is turning, everything is bright. And to see Lamar, the team leader, the captain of the team,
right.
the voice, the body, and when he leads, we follow. And long as we could get him to follow, and our defense step up, and the special team step up, and the offense step up, we should make some noise this year. We should make some noise. What do you think about the Ravens, son? The
Nah,
little you heard about
I think y'all been doing good. Y'all picked up. I mean, y'all had the big thing with Max Crosby a couple months ago, around a month ago. But hey, y'all still picked up a stud, Trey Hendrickson, I believe, from the Bengals. So y'all got a nice solid edge for years to come. So we're going to talk about the draft in a minute, but y'all already got some plans in action to address maybe your old line, to address other pieces, and different
it. Can
things
I
like that.
say?
What's up?
Can I? Sorry about that. Can I say something on that Max Crosby deal
What's
and
up?
the hinges? Because one of the things you got to do, you got to be surely. We was giving up two first round picks for each year, and understanding we have doctors just like they have doctors. We knew he was coming off an injury, and we knew he was a hell of a player. No negative spin on him or not. But if we could get the same elite player equal or less than, because he had more sacks than Max Crosby too, it don't waver no thought. This is a business. It ain't personal. This is a business, and the doctors show that if he get hit wrong or whatever the case might be to his injury, it could rehab and we could lose all that money and all that investment we did. So if we could get somewhat of an equal player to him, why not renege on that thing? It's not. This is business. Nothing was set in stone. It was a project that wanted to happen, and then at the last minute, things got pulled. Tablecloth got pulled from the table, and we did the right thing. We keep our two first round picks. We got a hell of a DN from the Bengals, and we got some stock we could build on. So business is business. No matter how it look, business is business.
Well, there was a narrative that was like, man, y'all chicken out. But no, all jokes aside, no, you're right. You got to make sure y'all get the best piece, right? The best bang for y'all buck. So I completely understand that. And if there's any background noise you guys hear, do apologize. We getting things going again, but other than that, we appreciate you guys being here with us today. But no, I think honestly the Ravens is looking good with that pickup. Y'all over there, I believe there was some rumors. Y'all got your eyes potentially on Dexter Lawrence from the Giants.
Mm.
And I think y'all got your eyes on a couple players. So I don't think it's over for the Ravens. I know they've been relatively quiet as far as acquiring talent, but I just think they're waiting for the right moment to strike, and different things like that. So no, I think Lamar Jackson setting the tone. I'm glad he's showing up to workouts because to be honest, you need to be locked in, man. He needs to be locked in. Like it's time for him to win. I really want him to like. There's
Hmm.
not y'all the only team I'm really rooting for to win a Super Bowl just because I'm a fan of his. I really want him to win, and I want his justice. I'm tired of all of the talk about maybe they made a mistake drafting him. Are you kidding me? You know what I mean? And it was a
Yeah, because
yeah, it was
yeah,
a crazy
go ahead. I'm
report.
sorry.
It was even a crazy report about some
Trading
hater.
him.
No, not even trading. I'm talking about his MVPs. I don't even think he was deserving of both of them or something. I'm like, yo, you gotta be
He
kidding
should have
me.
won his third one. He should have won his third one. That was just they wanted to give one
They
to the Bills quarterback
to
Allen,
Josh
and it
Allen.
was BS. His
Yeah.
numbers out. Burrows had the best numbers, but he had a losing record. Then it was Lamar Jackson. Allen didn't touch Lamar. The only thing they gave it to him because the head to head, it was politics at the end of that year.
Yep.
So Allen got a politic MVP, even though his game deserved it, but he lost it when they went head to head. They stretched the MVP out way past the year of the football game. It's a yearly football trophy, it's not a playoff trophy. And
Right.
they waited for the playoffs to decide who gets the MVP, which shows the politics in it. But looking in the draft, we got cats, a wide receiver from Oregon, a wide receiver
We're gonna
from
get to that. We're gonna get to
uh,
that. We
oh,
gonna get to
okay,
that. Yeah, we're
okay,
gonna get to
okay.
that. We're gonna get well look,
We ain't
I
saying we got him because somebody else could snatch him, but we're
right,
gonna
right.
talk about our potential grabs.
Now I ain't gonna lie. Some people call my Eagles the soapbox or the Jerry Springer of the NFL. It's always some news or narrative going on with our team. But let's go ahead and switch to my Eagles, man. I thought this was an appropriate pick because that's kind of these two have been the center of attention of our franchise since for the past two seasons, and there was a nasty hit piece on Hurts by I forgot what news outlet like a week ago talking about he needs to change. This is a make it break a year, and in some cases that might be very very true. But the
No,
fact
it's
that
not.
but as far as like it's a make it or break a year to prove to not only our owner but to the fans of Philadelphia, who I ain't gonna lie, our fans are harsh. Because I could just tell you from an Eagles standpoint, there's a lot of fans that love. I say we got about 70% love on Hurts, but there's a good 30% of fans in the Eagles that's like, yo, this you need to sling the rock. Because some people believe AJ. Some people believe AJ. They said, look, because there was a hit piece about how the coach, our head coach, the offensive coordinator, multiple years, not just last season, but since he's been in the league, with Jalen Hurts only like to do certain things. He don't like to be on the center. There's rumors that he also changes the plays in the huddle. That's different than what was being called just to do something he's more comfortable with. He doesn't like to pass the ball in the middle. If you ever notice, if you ever did a dot chart of where he throws, he barely does any out the middle throws. A lot of his throws is outside, right? So I don't believe that narrative. The dude been to 2 Super Bowls, right? He's done this thing. He's taken over games where we didn't even have a running game. So I don't believe that narrative. But you can see some of the evidence where it's like, yo, you got all these weapons. Your running game is done, right? Open it up. Go ahead and sling that rock or throw it here or throw it here. Some of the decisions he made. But then it's like, well, can you blame Hurts? Because you also got to look at the offensive coordinator, right? So it's a lot of different things swirling around him. So I really think this is going to be the year he show up and show out and tired of hearing all that noise. But what's your piece before we get to AJ?
I don't think it's a make or break year for Hurts. They might, every team has their opinion on the starting quarterback every year. Yes, your percentages may be right, 70-30, but in this concept, the man had to deal with four different offensive coordinators in 4 straight years. When are y'all going to start looking at your head coach as the problem? The fourth offensive coordinator shouldn't even coach Pop Warner. He's finally off the team.
Right.
The owner had to get him off the team. He was straight trash. Your quarterback is actually a brainiac. Yes, if he's comfortable because she's changing the playbook every single year with different coordinators, I'm not going under center because the terminology I got to see more comfortable from the shotgun than going under center within this scheme. We lost key linemen. We keep losing our top linemen. I'm not comfortable being under center. I have to take a deeper drop for certain things to kick off, and I'm not getting the same production out of my players that I would have had both Super Bowl runs. Even though we lost the one Super Bowl, we won the other one. It was just different things going on. We had a different attack defense, same players. Certain
Right.
people was hurt. There's a lot of things that went on that caused it. I'm number one. Yes, I'm truly the number one focus. But at the same time, speaking what I believe Hertz is going through, he's a mastermind. He's dealing with four different coordinators. The last one was hot garbage. The one before that was top dog. You got to give him credit. He got to deal with a lot. And then that's part of the job. But and when you speak on AJ Brown, yes, he has rights and he don't have rights. Because anytime the ball out of frustration is coming your way, you
Yeah,
got to
he
hang on to the
yeah, he been
ball.
dropping it,
But
yeah.
as far back at Hurts, it's a chosen few. I don't want to give up and hurt the team in the offensive scheme. Everybody could sit up in the stands and have their opinion. They Sunday money quarterbacks. Everybody could coach from the TV screen, but nobody's on that field with me when they see that pressure and they see that non-open receiver crossing the middle. And if it happens more than not, I'm not going to throw it over the middle. That's why I got two dogs on the outside. That's why.
No, absolutely, and it has been a challenge on the line between Johnson. I left guard. I was center, but the reports right now it sounds pretty good. They sound relatively healthy, and they should be because they missed a lot of last season, right? So I'm
Right.
hoping that they come through this year for him. And just to switch it over to AJ, man, I mean, you can't watch ESPN or any platform without them talking about AJ every day. And the rumors is that AJ is going to the Patriots via trade after June 1st. Because if we trade him prior to June 1st, we get hit with like $43 million dead cap. Versus if we trade him after June 1st, we only get hit with $16 million, and Patriots pay the rest of the money. So the biggest thing behind that is that obviously I don't want to lose AJ because he's a number one along with Smitty, right? I got two number one receivers, and losing him ain't gonna help. But one thing I can say is just based on all the moves the Eagles have been making. I mean, just today, was it today or yesterday? We picked up the Tavion Wicks from Green Bay. We gave up a fifth round, a sixth round to get him. Plus, we gave him a 1 year, $12.5 million. That's a number two wide receiver salary. So we picked
Smith
him up.
become your number one.
We also picked, regardless if Hollywood Brown is number three or number four, regardless, we picked up Hollywood Brown and we picked up Elijah Moore, right? We picked up some receivers, man. So when you look at the receiver room, it's stacked right now. We still got Cooper, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So everything's leaning towards we're going to trade him. They may draft a receiver because this draft, we're going to talk about the draft. The draft is receiver deep. I could see them picking up another stud receiver to develop, maybe have him like a fourth string or whatever, and develop him to be number two potentially next season. But anyway, what you think about all of that? At this point, I think he's gone. And to be honest, I think he needs to be gone just because of the culture fit. I think he brings too much negative energy around the locker room. And I think he's a great
I don't
talent.
I don't think he brings too much negative. You know what? This I'm gonna get overall outside of sports. The truth is hurting this in football and in the world itself. When somebody speak the truth and how the truth come across, it always seems the negative. When they go against the grain and he's not speaking from a team standpoint, but he is speaking from the team point standpoint. He's just letting you know what's going on in real time and what Hurts is doing. Facts. Hurts is not doing what he say he's not doing. The wide receiver is actually telling on his friend. They still gonna be friends, whether he go play for the
Right,
Patriots, Cowboys, or anybody. They still gonna be buddies because at the end of the time, this is football, this is business. They are millionaire teammates. Both of them are making gazillion dollars, so they will be friends. They just have to go in separate things. Him and the coach is the equalizer to all of this. What is allowed and what is not allowed.
right,
What is the offensive coordinators? It all goes back to the spill. It all goes back to the timing, the situations, and they've been most negative. Like I said, Hurts have a problem staying with the hit and go or the cross post, all these high school plays. Teams was just sitting on it on deep third, nickel zone, and all these coverages like they was playing in junior college or something. It was just ridiculous. So his game, he still got 1,000 yards, but his game was slashed. It wasn't like he lost talent or he got slow. It's just that what the plays they was given fell on Hurts, fell on the number one receiver, the number two receiver, and the offensive line. So then again, what he want to be back with his man. That was all. Listen, let me get up out of here. The young quarterback over there is told to get me the ball no matter what. You obviously know the Patriots need a receiver. He want to get with who he's comfortable with. This is a business, shows you. The loyalty is within the time that is loyal. Once my time is up to be loyal to such team, I need to move forward and go where I need to go at one time because I'm greatness and I believe I could get greatness somewhere else. And if that's the case, so be it. Let them go because the NFL is not for long. You ain't, and it should be not for long for any team. You
yeah,
ain't guaranteed to stay with any team. If you could trade me, I could request a trade. If you could do this, I could request this. Everybody got to put their pants on and grow up and please understand. Don't make him a pariah because he's moving on. It's just in the cards. It's in the fact. You're talking about him negatively, but when he was scoring them touchdowns and he won the Super Bowl with the team, he was all that. When he read a book on the sideline, he was a pariah. But then half of the people went out and bought the same book he was reading. It's just like, it's crazy how people think, but that's just fans. Fans gonna do what fans do.
yeah,
But at the same time, I'm gonna say this, son, it's hard to be a receiver 4 year offensive coordinator changing the same route. The last one couldn't change no routes. He went and dummied it down, and they look like we ain't playing high school football. So he had to change plays in the huddle to throw to his wide receivers because what he was getting told to do was trying to, send them across the middle and get them damaged, and they refused to do that.
Yeah. No, that's real. And one thing I would definitely say is that, I mean, yes, he could speak his mind because he want to get, even when they won the Super Bowl, he wasn't even. He was like, I wish the season was still going on, right? Because he wants to play. He's a dog like that. But I think now, just based on some of the interviews he did with some of the
It's
former
time to
Patriots
go.
players, it's
Yeah.
time to go. Like, it's all about the numbers now. I got my ring, but now I'm trying to get to the hall, right? So,
Yes, sir.
and
Yes,
and
sir.
and that's
You're
what,
100%.
yeah, and that's what it is right now for him. So it is what it is. But we're gonna move on right
Yes.
now to the major event that's going on in a couple weeks. This is gonna be our last segment here. And I'm telling you, this is going to be a big year. The shout out to my boy who's a Steelers
M-
fan. The draft will be in Pittsburgh this year. Uh, hopefully, we'll. Matter of fact, this is actually true. I'm actually supposed to be attending a Steelers game this year. I think my Steelers and Eagles will be playing each other. So we'll see.
Hey, hey, Sean, tell you, tell your man, please let Aaron Rodgers retire, man, and go with the backup last draft
You
choice.
got to talk to
Let
the
him
owner,
play.
man. The owner, for
They
some
gotta
reason,
move on,
they
man.
scared
This
the
this
draft.
hanging on to this dude, man. I don't care. He looked decent. It showed you in the end of the year that man did not want to get hurt. That man did not want to get touched. He was throwing some dimes. He had some sparks, but let him go, man. And then
Yeah.
he holding the team hostage right now.
And then they didn't, and to be honest, they didn't really have a strong roster around him as well. That was another thing that was handicapping him
And
because
they the oldest team in
in
football.
football, and we was calling out their plays before they was throwing it. Scheme wise,
Yeah,
I
they
felt bad.
fossils.
Yeah, it was horrible. He did what the best he could with the roster he had. But
Yeah.
the biggest thing is we all know this NFL draft is going down. Everyone knows that the number one ranked pick supposed to be Fernando Mendoza, who we just heard recently is going to elect to be home with his family and friends and stuff like that. I think out of Miami, Florida. Um,
And ain't no problem. Ain't no problem with that. Ain't no problem with that. I ain't gonna even get into it with that because they threw a lot of cats under the bus for not attending, and he know he gonna be the number one, and
right.
he not attending. It's not a problem. Where we going with this? Where we going with this? And boy, the politics
I
in
I would
football and
I would say yes. I'm with you because that was my same thoughts. But I would say the NFL has gotten better over the last couple years, accepting kids because they do ask ahead of the draft, like, hey, who's coming, who's not, and there's actually a list now because I don't think everyone's coming, right? Probably like maybe eighty
Eh,
percent of them is
so
coming.
I know he went. I know Mendoza went undefeated, but if you go, yeah, he went undefeated. I'm not record was numbers wasn't all that, but the man did go undefeated. I give him kudos credit. No hate on Mendoza.
Right.
He's a baller. He's a tough dude too. His brother is too. His brother no joke too. But as far as anything, his numbers didn't outweigh a lot of quarterbacks in the league, but he did the thing he needed to do, go
Yeah.
undefeated. And that knocks down any numbers or stats you could get. Was that zero, no losses in the championship. So I ain't gonna even it ain't even
Yeah,
worth
it's
bringing
not
it
even
up.
worth
But
it. But what we're gonna do?
no,
We're gonna have a little fun. I'm gonna go through all 32 picks. I'm gonna pause when I get to our team. We'll start with the first 10.
okay.
Right now, I would
Yes.
say this: heavy wide receiver class, heavy DN class. Quarterbacks is weak. Probably the weakest quarterback ever.
That's why a
Uh,
lot of them went back to school.
yeah, because the dude
Some of them went back,
back
and
to
some of
school.
them was told not. Some of them was told just go to the draft, like the Alabama quarterback, and certain quarterbacks was told they only took a few. The Oregon quarterback went back. Certain guys went back, but some of them was told. they won't have a spot here if they come back. So go into the
Yeah,
draft.
yeah, it make now that makes more sense. You got now Ohio State is heavy, so you got the Jets is the second pick, right? So we said the first one's Fernando Mendoza. The Jets mock draft is Arvell Reese, linebacker Ohio State. That dude is a dog. Um,
Yeah, but they need a quarterback, man. Why ain't nobody else in quarterback?
Nah,
I
who you
mean,
gonna pick? Ty Simpson is garbage. I don't. It kills
yeah,
me. Yo, Dan
yeah,
Orlowski. I
yeah.
don't even want to talk. Yo, he
Oh
killed
yeah,
me. Talk
all I
about
think about him. Congratulations, you made it to the NFL. But all I can see in my head is that you ran out the back of the NFL at the end zone, and you always
talk
critiquing
talk about
somebody.
Ty
Just
Simpson is
yo,
better than
bum,
Fernando Mendoza,
please,
man. Whatever,
please,
man.
yeah, please,
So
him.
so who
And
they
he's
gonna
he's
pick?
up and down on who he is color wise. So I ain't got nothing for him.
Yeah, yeah. So the next pick we got the Arizona Cardinals. They picking up Francis Magua. Can't pronounce his name. Offensive tackle, Miami, big dude, big dude. You got the Titans getting Sony Styles, of course. All linebacker, Ohio State. Him and Reese. So you got
Yeah.
him, and then you got your boy Jeremiah Love, running back, going to the Giants. Which now here's the thing.
I
This is a mock draft because in reality, what I really heard was that Jeremiah Love was going to the Titans. I don't know if they're going to get
I
that.
thought he was going to Kansas City.
I don't think Kansas City's going to want to. They will have to trade up to get him. He's too high. He's too
Oh,
high of
okay,
a pick.
okay,
Now there's other
okay.
mocks that have the Titans getting Jeremiah Love.
If he go win Titans, you
They
said
go fourth,
three,
fourth
right?
pick, fourth.
Four. Yeah, yeah. That'll do some love for old boy.
Yeah, no, definitely. So then we got the Cleveland Browns, which makes sense. They're going to get the number one or the number two offensive tackle, Spencer Fano from Utah. Big, big, big tackle. You got the Patriots going to get Cornell Tate, wide receiver. The Patriots about to be dangerous.
Him,
They already went to the Super Bowl. They only need a few pieces with the Patriots to get even
since
better.
they gonna do that, that's where that thing come up with Smith that he tampering with Smith at
Yeah,
Ohio State, and see, there's a lot of BS behind that when you start playing in that Ohio State, because
yeah.
they like LSU, they got wide receiver U
Like
too.
crazy. They've interviewed what's the Minnesota star wide receiver? They asked him about that. He was like, "What other school you think about that has top receiver?" He said, "Yeah, outside of my LSU, I got to give it to Ohio State." That is true. And
Yeah,
Alabama at one point, you
at
know,
one they
at one
fell
point
off.
they had CD. CD came from there. Julio, uh, they not Cooper. They had a few dudes that
Yeah,
came out of there.
they had a lot of dogs come from there, but at the same time, that was Saban. Once again, Saban had all them 5 stars,
Right.
and they followed that track. Like someone was saying, I forgot their name.
Well, they got Ryan Williams
That
now. They got Ryan Williams now,
that
who's a
that
dog.
when he had 5 stars didn't mind coming to be a backup because they knew the next year that person was gone and then they go. Like so on and so on.
Yeah,
And with this free agency in college, every 5 stars going to no name schools like they doing in college basketball. They
yeah.
just going to BYU and everything because if you that dog, you can make your NIL money
And
anywhere.
make it happen. Yeah, absolutely. And one dude that I'm really happy that's getting draft or at least mocked to get drafted in the first 10 picks is one of my favorite defensive players. Washington Commanders' eighth pick is going to take Ruben Bain from Miami. The big number four, that DN.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Whew.
That be smashing, throwing.
Oh
They tried to
man.
say he too short. Didn't they try to say he had
Yeah,
short
he had a
arms?
height
But
issue.
he tossing everybody.
He too
Please,
he too
he's a
dominant.
dog.
He's too
It's what
dominant.
it's what your heart do.
Yeah, it's too
It's what your
dominant.
heart do. But them
Uh
two defensive players you mentioned one. but them two defense players
Ohio
on
State.
Ohio, huh,
Yeah,
they bet especially the linebacker. You see
yeah,
these chiseled.
yeah.
God,
Yeah,
continue,
yeah,
son.
they no joke. Chicago Bears, ninth pick. Chicago Bears is slated to get David Bailey, edge from Texas Tech. He's a really good player too, really good edge for Texas Tech. You got the 10th pick. New Orleans Saints is expected to get another offensive tackle from Texas A&M, Trey Zoom the third. So that's the first 10 picks, and that's like I said, mock. This could change,
Yeah,
but
this could be.
that's solid. But you can see no quarterbacks. Only Mendoza, man. It's just no quarterback.
Hey, hey, son,
What's up?
why they keep forgetting? Why they trying to make that boy Sanchez from Texas Tech middle linebacker? He's a beast.
Yeah,
Beast. When you get time today, pull him up and hit me up
I
later,
got you.
and you're gonna know what. Just check his highlights, and I'm telling you, you'll be like, "Oh yeah,
I got you.
Dad, that dude is about his business." And I hope, you know what I mean. I hope they find their way. The Ravens see something in him. If they're gonna let him drop, snatch that dude from Texas Tech.
Right.
He's a beast. That middle
Yeah,
linebacker is a
and
beast.
shout out to Texas Tech, man. They've been spending that money. They got an alumni that's putting up the bank for that school.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's in Texas.
yeah,
Everything is big in Texas.
yeah. We're gonna go over the
Shit,
next 10
you get a
picks.
dozen of eggs for breakfast.
um, the next
Uh,
10 does include the Ravens, so we'll pause for a second with the Ravens. But Denver Broncos number 11 expected to get Jordan Tyson for Arizona State. That dude is a
oh
beast.
my
You
God.
got Indianapolis Colts, and to me that does help the Broncos. They need more depth in receivers for
Wait.
sure.
What happened to number 10? What's number 10?
No, number 10 was the Saints getting the offensive tackle.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, and
Okay.
then you got Broncos getting a receiver potentially. You got the Indianapolis Colts getting the other edge, Cassius Howell from Texas A&M, who's a beast there. You got the Rams, which I don't know. I can see the Rams going in two different directions, but they is slated to get a wide receiver, Makai Lemon, wide receiver USC. But I could see them picking up a lineman or a defensive player as well. Now, you're number 14, Baltimore Ravens. Y'all are
I
slated.
think we're gonna pick up the tall receiver from Oregon. I believe we're gonna get him. We need height at the receiver spot. All our receivers is about 5'11", 6 feet. We need a big body that Lamar can hit, just like
But
the tight end. We need an outside receiver that Lamar can hit straight up and alley oop
and
that
I
thing
think
because
I think well, you gotta think about it. We only talking about the first round. This class of receivers is deep. You could get a stud at second, third, fourth round. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but I think that dude gonna be gone.
I think well, right now y'all slated to get Olavi Vega Loan. I can't pronounce his name. Penn State offensive lineman. Reason why they plan on they listed the physical interior lineman, protects Lamar and also builds trenches plus the run game. That's kind of his biggest attributes.
No, that's perfect. I'm not
Yeah.
that's but anytime we pick the second pick should go to a big wide receiver. And we should pick up two big wide receivers. And if we got to pick or make some changes, we need another linebacker to help out
Now,
our boy in the middle.
yeah. Now, I'm gonna tell you, I think the second or third best player in this draft. He's slated to go 15th, right after y'all, but I think this is bull. He will be a top 10 pick. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at 15 select Kenyon Sadiq, tight end for Oregon. There's no way he's
Yes,
dropping a
number
15.
0, right?
Yeah, the big dude for the Oregon, the tight end. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. That's what I was talking about.
Is
He looked like a
no,
receiver.
is no
He
way.
looked like a.
Matter of fact,
And he
if
shouldn't. He ain't gonna last that long. I'm
I'm
telling you.
I'm with you. If he there at 14 for y'all drafted him. It's no way in hell.
Yes, you hell yeah, man. Please, please don't. That's a weapon. We don't know what we get. We got our tight end right now. Got a 3-year deal. We need to pick this up because this ain't gonna be no project. This gonna be a
And he
sure thing.
fast enough to
With
play
them playing,
receiver. He could move.
yes,
Yeah,
and then run that double tight end with that monster in the back,
yeah,
please, man. And
yeah,
Lamar ready to come out the man, please, man. They better do this, man.
yeah. I no,
They better
definitely.
do this.
Um, Huge steal, another major Ohio State player. Well, I think is going to go top 10 or top 12, but they got him slated going to the Seattle Seahawks. Caleb Downs, safety of Ohio State.
I'm
Dog.
surprised he ain't going. Caleb Downs should have been going with the Jets.
Yeah.
Second pick. I know the Jets need a quarterback. I'm all over the place right now, but Caleb Downs number 2 for man, please.
Man,
He
he
wouldn't
a
have made it out of the
dog.
top
He a
10.
dog.
Yeah, he's
That's
definitely
a
a dog. That's
he
guaranteed.
he's another one to watch. Now, it's funny.
Yeah.
We about to get to the Pittsburgh Steelers in a second, but Miami, they're slated to get an offensive tackle, LSU, Emory Jones. That makes sense at 17. Miami's in a rebuild. So that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
They're in
yeah,
a
yeah.
rebuild.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's fine. That's fine.
Steelers is actually slated to get Drew Aller, a quarterback, Penn State.
What?
They're
What
slated.
is up with this? What is this up with the state fund that they qualify within the state? They hire within the state. That haven't worked for them for
For
years.
forever, and I guess they just they familiar with them. They go to the games. I don't know. It's but like I said, the quarterback draft class is trash. If I was the Steelers, I would have put all my money into trading that pick to get another quarterback from another team. Um, but anyway, we have the L.A. Chargers expected to get running back Justice Haynes from Alabama. Solid running back. You got Minnesota Vikings expected to get Damani Jackson. Yes, cornerback. He's a beast corner for USC. So okay, that's the top 20. Like I say, that's not gonna go. That list
Well,
is not
that
going
whole
like that.
list. Listen, people in the chat. That whole list might get blowed up. What we talking about? We
Right,
just speaking of what we see factual at that time, but it might change there for a draft. And
right,
I think it's just gonna blow itself up and be surprising and pop everywhere because there's a lot of guys that we miss because it's two defensive cats on Ohio State that's just out of this world. And
right.
three, number 4, number 2, and the defensive end brother.
Van, yeah. No,
And it's
absolutely,
gonna go crazy.
absolutely. No, I'm definitely yeah, I'm definitely feeling that. But let me see here. Who we got? We got
Number 2,
yeah,
number
number two.
0.
Yeah,
Yeah,
number zero. Yeah. So all right,
yes, sir.
we
Yes,
got
sir.
picks 21 through 32. But before we come to a close, this will definitely include my Philadelphia Eagles. We got Houston Texans getting Harold Perkins Jr., linebacker LSU. Makes sense for the head coach. He's going to want to beef up that defense. Who the Texans was solid
Hey,
defense.
and mentioning the Texans, it's Strauss last year.
Yo,
They gave him his fifth year option. If he don't ball out, because their defense is sound.
nasty. Yeah, he
They
need to go.
defense is sound. They had more chances. How Patriots stunk it up with Drake May. They gave that man more chances to win that game to go to the Super Bowl than anybody
I,
else in history, and he wet the bed. If
yeah,
he don't do it this year,
he's
I
gone.
don't think they're gonna sign him for a
Nah, he's
long
gone.
deal.
He's gone. I
He
hope he
ain't a
did.
bum quarterback,
Nah, he
but
not.
something ain't going right with him. His
He need to
mechanics,
do.
he had that 1 year wonder.
He need to do what Jalen did 3 years ago. Jalen wound up going to that number one quarterback coach in California and pay money though. You got to pay that dude money and just train. Worked on all the mechanics and everything. Really got to
He
work on
need to do
himself.
something.
Something.
He need to find his Elijah one like they do in basketball for the dream shake. He need to
Yup.
get the quarterback dream shake from whatever quarterback is selling they secrets to train you on precision quarterbacking in the NFL. He need to go ahead and do that because it's no shame and still getting training. Just like in life, we learn every day. We're not perfect. A quarterback can stop and get his head out his backside and go get that training. He got to pay some good money for it. Go get that
And get it
training so
done.
you can help your team win outside of what you do with your team.
Absolutely. And then no, absolutely. We have Green Bay, which makes sense picking up a receiver, Evan Stewart, wide receiver for Oregon. That makes sense for Green Bay. They're gonna have to basically replace some of these receivers they lost.
Love got to get his love together because Love is just playing like he hate everything.
Yeah, he up and down. He's so
I'm
inconsistent.
just going. I'm just doing contrast to his
Right.
last name, but it's not panning out. He a hit and miss. He not consistent. He don't stay on the same way. They got to get
Right.
him all the help. He
Right.
need to actually pass, like hand the ball off to the receiver. That's how good Love will be because he's not consistent, even though he
Right.
got a good team.
Absolutely. And then we have the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, we're slated to pick up an edge, which I honestly don't like this. I'd rather pick an offensive tackle, but we're slated to get LT Overton, edge Alabama. What I'd rather happen is that somehow Howie gets some trades going. I know there's rumors about Miles Garrett. There's rumors again about Max
That ain't
Crosby.
happening. That's not
I
happening. That
know,
rumor is
but you
BS.
got
They already shut that down. Stop making that rumor. Miles Garrett is the
they
face
said
of the
that
Browns.
before multiple teams. You know how many teams always say they're not trading it after
Yeah, but that
the
dude ain't going nowhere. That man said he want to
well
be. He
well
came there to be with him.
he opted out of going to training. You know he's about to lose $1 million. Miles Garrett. He opted out of going to training. So
Yeah,
just something ain't looking right. He got his money. He tired. He see his beautiful, lovely wife that he's about to marry, Olympic champion. She like, let's go to a different market. I'm just putting it out there. There's a
yeah,
chance he's on the move, and if he is, you better. I'll give up three picks for him because he's
yeah.
still in his prime. He's only 30,
You're
29.
gonna have to get. You're gonna have to give up the bank.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I'm
have
I'm fine with that. He's worth it to me. Then you have Jacksonville Jaguars, Shamar Stewart, edge from Texas A&M, Detroit Lions, another edge. A lot of edges getting drafted. Michael Williams, edge from Georgia. Here we go with them
And I think
boys.
Miles Garrett did that to save them money.
Yeah, well,
Believe it
not
or not, he
they
doing that to
evaluated
save the
it.
money.
They evaluated it. It was like there was no reason they didn't benefit them cap wise. It didn't. And usually when you make a move like that, you're about to trade him because you need it more palatable for the team you're sending him to take him. That because other
No.
teams have done the same thing. It's a possibility.
I'm not fighting for the Browns. Whatever happened for the Browns, I'm outside of being the Ravens. I'm a Shador individual fan. The Browns could go 0-16, but I am a Shador fan as outside of my Ravens. But I don't think they're gonna do that because you're gonna lose more than you gain with that. You're gonna lose. That man is young. That man got people scared of him. He Man, please.
Yeah,
Ain't
but
nothing you
but
could give
but
me.
it's the
He
Browns
could
thing.
take off the whole season.
It's the
He could
Brown.
start when the season start.
It's the Browns. Yeah, because he take care of his body. It's the Browns
Yeah,
thing to do. That's all I'm gonna say at that.
yeah. To
Um,
be losers.
you got Dallas Cowboys is expected to get a great receiver, Isaiah Bond from Texas. Um,
And if they do that, let my man go. Let my man go so he could make his money.
Money, yeah,
You know, yeah, man, don't do that to him, man. The owner with this agent shit is ridiculous, man. He losing it, man. And
yeah,
that mommy daddy
yeah,
comment he made, that slavery made, that comment he made, he need to stop that stuff, man.
yeah. He need to,
That's
yeah.
we
It's time
yo,
for him to go. Yeah, I get it.
yeah, we need to go with that that BS, man. Nobody want to hear that shit no more in those sports because the thing is about respect. You're a billionaire, but I'm a millionaire. You do what you gotta do for me, and I play on the field. That is it. That's the hand in hand. It's just like going to work, punching a clock. I do what I'm supposed to be paid for. That's the contract between us. After the day is over with, all that extra stuff, get rid of your agent and all that. Why would I get rid of my agent when you're a bad negotiator? You know what I
right,
mean? When you're a bad negotiator. The only reason why Dak made the deal with you and the agent didn't really play a real part, is because he had a broke damn leg. Where was he going? Where he
right,
could do but sit and wait till you decide to keep him.
right.
Come on, man.
And
Jerry Jones, stop this, man. Let that shit go, man.
yeah, we got let me see. Looks like Buffalo Bills potentially who picks right after number 27 can get Will Johnson, cornerback, who's had a lot of injury issues in the past, but potentially if he could stay healthy, that's one hell of a steal because at one point he was rated top 5 pick at corner.
Well, it's cold enough in Buffalo, New York. He ain't gonna get it because he the bones gonna break because he cold. He
Yeah,
just got to stay healthy. He
stay
got to
healthy.
stay or whatever he doing. That's being if he brittle, they gonna check him out. Remember, a World Hall of Fame defensive end got checked out by the Ravens and they denied the deal. You don't think they're gonna check and pull and pry and open up and see what that rookie body is like before they make that deal? They're gonna check
Right.
him out
Quick.
thoroughly
Yeah.
before he come to Buffalo.
100%. You got Cincinnati Bengals picking up Barrett Carter, linebacker from Clemson. You got the 49ers picking up a quarterback, Quinn Ewers, quarterback from Texas. Hold on.
I'm a
I,
cornerback or a quarterback.
quarterback. So hold on. Didn't Quinn Ewers? Oh, that's right. Quinn Ewers wound up going to a different college team after he left
Yeah, yeah,
Texas. So
yeah.
yeah, he just coming up.
They're gonna pick him up because his ankle had to be right. He really
Yeah.
didn't do much.
He's a
He
developmental
just
pick.
is a fit. Yes, he's a develop and they trying to hit on that like they got Brock Purdy in the
Yeah.
sense where they just gonna sit him and make him a project. And the Bengals need to all they draft need to be defense. They don't need to pick up nobody on offense. Bengals need all defense and special teams. They
Yeah.
don't need nobody on offense.
Offense. I agree. I agree with that. You got Kansas City Chiefs, Kevin Banks Jr., offensive tackle, Texas. Makes sense. They need to protect Patrick, man. And that's a team that's going to have to rebuild. I'm sorry.
What,
That they
what,
got so many
well,
holes on
Well,
defense.
everybody in the league. No, I have nothing against them, but everybody in the league don't give a damn what they got to go through.
Yeah, they
Don't give
don't.
a
They
damn.
don't.
KC was whooping more butt than anything else, and they don't give a damn how long it's gonna take Patrick Mahomes to get back and function or anything. They're gonna try to hurt him because he's coming off that ACL, a little slight tear, or whatever the case might be, that knee or something like that. They don't give a damn. KC been whooping tail for a long time,
Yeah,
and whoever they get, they trying to put the hammer on that because anytime if they spark back up, they're gonna go on another run,
yeah.
and nobody in the league want that to happen.
Facts. Facts. Last two picks, you got Atlanta Falcons getting Denzel Burke, cornerback from Ohio State. That's definitely a solid pickup.
All right,
But
he would Kevin Stefanski. He gonna mess that whole thing up in ATL.
you got
So rest of the whole team. Sorry, y'all just got a wash year this year.
the Jets get
Y'all
another
got a
pick.
wash year this year.
Jets get another pick. They get the last pick via trade. Um, they're gonna wind up getting Nicholas Singleton, running back from Penn State.
All right, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine. That's old cliche, whatever they gonna do. But as far as that Atlanta pick, good gracious for them. They already barking noise. I don't know how true it is. He's supposed to yesterday got his first team speech and everything is like that. I hope it go well for him because what he
yeah,
did in Cleveland was straight garbage. I hope he learned his lesson and gonna turn around and be a better coach going forward. And if he do that, Chocolate City will be surely happy. But if he don't, they gonna rail against him like no other. No other. He might
yeah.
as well live outside the city because it won't be good for him. I ain't talking about no harm to him, but he'll hear the words all the time.
Hey,
And
shout out,
take that shit back to Cleveland.
yeah, shout out to Angel Reese who now just joined the Atlanta Dream.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
she need that.
yeah,
She
she
needed to
needed
get
it.
out of Chicago. Nothing wrong with Chicago, but she need that to be in Atlanta because she like that style. She like
Yeah, that's the perfect
that.
market for her. That's
Yeah,
the
that's the perfect.
perfect
Chocolate
market.
City is the perfect market, and they'll receive her. They already have received her with love, so
Yeah,
she gonna blow up, and she
she led. The,
representing Reebok with Shaq and Allen Iverson.
yeah, her
So
shoes is doing
you know
great.
what I mean.
She's
She
led the
doing
in
her thing.
WNBA. She led the WNBA 2 years in a row in rebounds. So
Yeah,
yeah,
she's a monster
she's a
rebounder.
beast. Yeah,
She go get it. She ain't about all the offense like her and the other girl from Indiana. They total opposite players, but they tried to put them up against each other because racism play makes the headlines. But they don't have no enemy attached to one another. They both play WNBA ball, and they just want to play ball. Society to do that.
right.
Society gets up and
And
chime in and bring their own little hatred towards everything.
I'm just an added bonus because we're about to close this out right here. Since we on the topic of the NBA, WNBA, college basketball, I want to say
It's
shout out to the Queen Dawn Staley, who I'm so glad last year.
yes,
Last year she got
yes.
that record contract with 20. What she got? 6 years, 30 million. Record contract for a college basketball coach and a woman's college basketball coach at that. Awesome. And even though they lost the championship, that's fine. All I'm gonna
Well,
say is
they
Dawn.
lost because they went up against the Empire State Building.
Look,
The
that's what I was gonna
girls was
tell
like,
Dawn. Look, Dawn, you gotta pick up a couple tree trunks because Dawn team, they
it's
average,
dogs. They dogs, but they was six. They was
the
six
average
two,
height was like
six.
6'3" on the women's team.
Yeah,
They were tall.
yes. They play and Don's. They had open slot. They were beating them on the floor, but they was missing their shots. If they'd have
Shots.
made all their shots, they would have beat them. But they had an off day in the championship, and then they couldn't get a rebound to save their life.
Look,
So
when you knew it
you
was they
know,
was in trouble, when you see that how tall the point guard was, forget the center and the power forward. The
yeah.
first three was over
Yeah,
6 feet tall. I was like,
yeah.
oh,
They came out with height.
height.
They didn't play. They came out with height and took all that. And
Yeah.
that's how they beat everybody all year with that height.
Hey,
And she went with her dogs. Her dogs didn't have that jumper because that height just threw something in the
it
mix
threw him
and they
off.
kept missing.
It threw him
Yeah.
off. But regardless, she's still one of the most successful college basketball coaches.
And I love
Yeah.
her heart.
Yeah.
And the brother from UConn, you put a shame on your
Yeah, you a
historic.
legend. There was no
Everybody called
reason to
you
do that.
the goat of women's
Women's
basketball,
basketball.
and
And
you was immature and childish about the way you handled that. And she already shook your hand. They showed numerous tape that she greeted you with respect and everything and honored you. She ain't got to kiss your ass, bro. She ain't got to do all that. She did all that for you in the greeting, showed you respect, went out
right.
there and beat you, and then you want to show out like she's supposed to. What? No, you
Hey,
didn't. You lost, lose, in a good way.
yeah,
Because when you beat her, you was over there jumping for joy. But when you lost, you act like a spoiled kid. And I know it was a little minute ago, but don't do it like that, bro. You too
nah,
much of a goat in women's basketball to act like that. And I know once you watched the tape, you felt like an ass by acting like that. Sorry
yeah,
to
no, no, you
finish it
good,
like
you
that
good,
because you're a legend. You're a legend in the sport, and you put a small damper.
right,
Everybody can look past it because we are people and we are forgiving people, and
right,
we forgive more than other races do. I'm just putting that out there.
right, right.
And then that's the honest truth.
All right, we leave it at that. Absolutely. Well, look, appreciate you guys tuning in. Definitely make sure y'all please like and subscribe to our channel. Appreciate y'all love and support. I know y'all been waiting for us. We're back. We're going to continue to keep dropping this great knowledge, these great conversations. You have anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
Yes, just put your prayers up for people with cancer and other illnesses and going through this money problem in this world today because life is real. Yes, we on the podcast, we sharing our sports knowledge and what we feel, but it's a lot going on. All the servicemen for the country, please get home safe. I know we had some small amount of losses, but that's big and somebody home. Sorry for the losses. God, please bless the families, bless the soldiers, and a speedy recovery to end this war, and everybody get home safe. Sorry to bring that into it, but and also keep a focus on prostate cancer, all types of cancer, women cancers, and just go to the doctor and get checked out, as I always say. God bless you all.
Absolutely, absolutely. As always, we appreciate you guys. Peace.
Peace.